Well, it's a better start to the day than it was yesterday. We had a day off the camera yesterday. Started the day off with an issue with the Manitou. These come from the shaft to the gearbox, and apparently inside there is some rubber. It takes a shock out of all the movement, and we've had it before. We've had it several times before actually. They all suffer with it, but young Ollie's on the case. He's got that one off. A new part coming today, so hopefully that'll be Ollie will come back and mend that for us. We're off tedding. Keithy's off mowing. The weather this week is not as settled as it was last week, but it hasn't rained. So Keithy's just been blowing off, greasing up, getting everything ready. Uncle Franklin is going to go on the rake again today. I think they got some, I've got the big baler coming today. Farmer's blowing hay and unloading bales around the back. We only did 1,000 last night because it was just, well, it wasn't as good as this, let me tell you that. It was the last part of the day, and it was just worth doing, you know. New teleporter, the man was here. What did he do? To change a valve, he had to pull out a massive, he was here mending the aircon. Anyway, it's going good as gold, like it should do actually, but apparently there is still a software update to come on that. For some reason they are damaging the thermostats on them. So there's a software update to go, but the aircon is working. I wish it was working the other day when it was boiling hot, but never mind. They've finally getting on top of that. The shed is on hold. They are coming back to put that up in about a month's time. When you're out in the field, it's just noticeable. Without the sunshine on it, the hay just feels, it's just not as crunchy, and it just doesn't flow into the baler the way it ought to. It just flows in there like, it sort of snatches in there, and it's hard to describe, but you can see it. The baler tells you. So, but you can still bale them as long as you got the fan on them. You can still bale them, and they're beautiful. They're really nice. We're just looking at them. 12% they were, but without the sun, everything, it just changes the day. You know, you can't get along like you can when with the sun on it. Keithy's greased this tether for me this morning. Good man. We've got a few blocks to go on to, and we're going to chase up behind the mowers when we're finished. And then there'll be some picking up and running bales back later on. Davo's been with us. Thank you, Davo, for your help, mate. He's been with us for 3 days. We've had a little go on the Massey baler there. You know, people keep saying to me, is it faster? You can bang the bales through it, if that's what you're asking. You can, yes, it is faster. But if you want a good tidy bale, you still got to go a set speed to get your flakes in the bale. So is it faster? Yes, you could say it's faster, but if you want a good bale, you know, you're not that much faster, if you catch my drift. It depends what you want. If rain's coming, yeah, get up a couple of gears, get the bales done, you know, is what it is. We've been learning as we go with it, you know, what it can do, what it can't do. We will be going on to straw with it, so we'll see that as well. It's been quite interesting actually. It's a lovely machine, really lovely, and it's noticeably, you know, there's a lot of changes to the 1840. The best way to describe it is it's a more, you know, it's a more commercialized machine. If you're doing 10,000 bales a year, 1840 all day long. If you're doing 50,000 bales a year, 1842. Simple as that. You know, it's just going to last a little bit longer for the people doing more bales. That's how I describe it. A more uprated machine. It's fractionally faster. It puts out a lovely bale, a lovely shaped bale. If you go too fast with it in a huge row, it will throw odd sized bales. We've learned that, and it does it on both machines. So Farmer had to go put in, it comes in pieces actually. It comes in all little separate bits and pieces. What we noticed though when we got it is this one's a LED on this side, and this one's a bulb on this one, so they've obviously updated it a bit, but it doesn't matter. It's road legal now, and we had to bend this back. This bar was bent, that was bent down that way and downhill, and we just had the teleport and bent it all back. Farmer rebuilt the box, and it all works perfectly now, so that's a good job, isn't it? They're hoping to small bale this later. It's dry now. The tiniest bit, there ain't a great crop out here, tiniest bit of damp there, nothing to worry about really. Big baler's coming as well, but that's not coming till 4, so we get ready for the small balers first. So we ted this out first. We always ted before we bale, and it just fluffs things up, gets the air through it, and makes sure there's no damp in there. One field here, there's a small one at the back there. There'll be, I don't know, 1,500 bales, maybe if they're lucky. And then the big balers coming for these two. There's not a great crop out here. It hasn't been the best of crops, this place, but it's a lovely grass. We get ourselves out of the small balers first, and then we'll get in front of the big baler. So you always just got to know what's coming, which fields are being done what. The field in front of us is just slightly less quality, so it's going to go in big bales. Plenty good enough for big bales. So we just unfold. This tenor has been an absolute dream, and yeah, they did a really nice job fixing that those indicators. 3 power lines in this one. We've got 4 in the next field, and that's when GPS can come. You've got to watch what you're doing with it, especially with a large implement, because all of a sudden you're on a pole before you know it. Noticed for us using 3G, so I've been using both systems. I've been using the RTK, I've been using the PPP. The PPP I really like, I think it's good, but every so often it will just veer ever so slightly, which is, they say, you know, it's a brand new system that's just going to get better and better as time goes on. The system will get better, so hopefully it stops doing that. It's not annoying, it's just for most of the day it will run fine, and then just every so often you'll get just a wobble, I call it, just where the steering will just veer off one way and come back the other, and then it's back to perfect. But with the RTK at home, oh my god, it was throwing a right fit. I noticed they call it ALS, so it's meant to pick up the other signal. For me it wasn't working. It would just steer violently left whenever it lost signal. But if I put it on 3G signal instead of 4G, I get much more stable results. I've got a pole here. This is where you've got to be careful. And a phone call. And I'm going to have to wait. Put the flag out. Phone call's going to have to wait while I go around a pole. But you have just got to watch everything. I'll ring whoever that person is back in just a moment. But yes, when you're on GPS, you have got to just, you can't just switch off and just be like, and forget everything. You know, you want to take note before you set off. Like if you've got, you know, if you've got hazards in the field, you want to really take a mental note and just try and stay on top of it, because you can become, you've got to watch your swing back on them poles. And then put the back on there, put the flag back, and yeah, you'll get one pass and then you might be on the next one, you see, so you've got to pay attention. Put her on 3G, she's good as gold, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if the antenna, I don't know if it's our area, it just seems to be 4G around here isn't very good. And I don't understand that. The phone signals as a whole have got worse over time. You know, things are meant to be improving, and for us around here, it's just, we find phone signals are getting worse. There's always something you can try to improve it, and so if you're having problems with your signal, and you'll know because the steering wheel will just suddenly veer left or veer right, it'll do odd things, so you'll know if it's a signal thing. But the PPP is pretty stable throughout the whole day. You might get a little wobble. So here we go, look, we're coming past pole again. Now I will just creep by, make sure we're going to miss, look. So you have got to stay on top of it. It's easily done. And I cannot stress that enough, like super easy. I love the update on this is night and day. The way it drives down the field is much better. All the little features on there much better. As GPS systems go, you know, you cannot go wrong with this thing. And the fact you can stick it on any tractor, older tractor, newer tractor, you know, if it hasn't got, you know, really you can. They're popular all over the world as well, these things. So yes, if you want one, you have to go to the Sphere Birken website. there's a get a quote button. Click on the quote button, someone will get in contact with you, should. And if they don't, get in contact with myself and I'll put you on to someone who can get you one. Farmers, I think Farmer's going to end up getting another one for one of the other tractors. That's how much we like it. So there you go, we put our money where our mouth is. And for what we do, most of it, all we need is a straight line work. We don't need the fancy turning around stuff. For us personally, we only need the straight line stuff. The headlands, the way it gets around the headland, I'm going to do some more testing with that. It feels ever so jittery while it follows the line, and not convinced on that yet, but that'll get better over time, and they're always improving it. Now, if I like the remote control, look, it'll activate here. Press it, look, nothing's happened, look. Press it again, nothing's happened, look. Press it again. So there's a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It took 5 times to press it, so the guys will be watching that and they will know that there's a bug there with that remote. I have taken this off the system and put it back on, and it's still very, very, well, it doesn't work properly, so they need to look at that. That at the moment is actually a useless brick, but I will get onto them and let them know about that, and they will fix it in the next software update. But the guys there are brilliant. If you've got a problem, there's someone there instantly, and they've got a really, really, really good team, and they're happy to help you with anything. I love it. I love this thing. Right, so Linda totaled the bales up. We started baling literally 2 weeks to the day yesterday. We started on a Sunday, and yesterday it was been 2 weeks. 30,000 bales, just over. So yes, a good start that. I swear. Sorry, Paul. 1 year we had ever such a dry spring, and I think that was literally our total for the year. We only filled up one of the sheds. It was it's not what you want. You don't want that. That's bad. Quantities though have been varied. Qualities have been varied. Most quality wise, it's been very good. Like in this field, quantity's not there. It's a little bit rushy. This is ever such a wet field, this one in particular. But Timothy, we've noticed that Timothy has not suited last year at all, or this spring. It's been really wet. They did not like it. There wasn't the amount of Timothy heads in there as there were last year, and we can only put it down to the weather, really. That's all we can put it down to, which was interesting actually, because it showed up not only at the Timothy fields at home, but the Timothy fields at Peter's farm as well. So that was interesting. The meadow grass is where we fertilise massive crops, and I mean massive. Whether that's down to the time that we fertilise, we're not too sure, but yeah, quantities are very mixed. Some places there's a lot, some other places there's not so much. Well, you know, down this end, quality is beautiful. Big baler is coming to do these ones. Fields with reeds in, you know, 80% of this field is good. You know, you're going to have a lot of good. I don't know what's going on with the weather this week. You know, it's not a great day today, but they're coming to bale. You know, there's a bit of warmth there, but that's all about it is. I think the next 10 days are going to be like this, even with a few chances of some showers coming through. But farmers cutting a bit more today, and we got 90 acres onto the next plot that we've got to do something with. I hope, fingers crossed, it doesn't rain. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, if I'm honest. They're pretty good. Not too bad, is it? Same size?
Any longer than yesterday?
No. Not that I recall, but there was, well, I was driving steady as well, so.
I think that's the answer. We don't need a race now, do we?
No need at all. Just getting the balers set the same, making sure they're the same length, because they all go in the barn together. What we should do is what we thought maybe for next year, maybe, I'm not saying this is going to happen, if we have both balers running on different colour string, we know which baler to adjust for density or for length, or basically if we've got a problem with bales, we know which one to adjust to, which ones, you know, we know which one's playing up. But this is one of Daisy's packs. Arkson's threw this out. The Arkson's working a dream at the moment. We'll get some more time around the Arkson another day. While you're adjusting the density, you will throw odd shaped bales, but once you've got her set and you're happy with it, it will then throw a nice consistent bale. But we noticed that in a huge row, if you're going a bit too fast, it will throw odd shaped bales, and you just got to slow up. So, but the first row is always the same with a double rake. You're taking in a full double rake's worth around the outside, so the row's always massive. There's no getting away from that. It's not the greatest of days. You know, would it bale better? Would it be nicer hay if the sun come out? Absolutely. But it's dry. The bales are going onto the fan, so we're pretty happy actually. To be fair, it's fairer than it was yesterday. Right, we're over at Jackie's. Keithy was here this morning doing the mowing. There's some nice grass here actually. Beautiful, lovely, fine meadow grass. Fingers crossed weather doesn't annoy us and rain on it. It's been a dull old day again today. This morning started off beautiful, but I don't know. But yeah, nice bit of grass. Keithy done that this morning. I think he was going over to a field of Collins, so I don't know if we're chasing up with that or what. But yeah, lovely bit of grass here. So having to go slow so we don't set the old rattle clutch off. Got some nice big rows. It's the most satisfying thing. When you've teared a field that's nearly hay, it ain't the same as tearing a field out of the rows. I don't know what it is. It's just really satisfying tedding out the mow rows. I don't know why. Ted is going spot on as per usual. Apparently Rob's had some a day free up on him, so I think farmers sent him off to go and top the runway and top the bull paddocks ready for when the bulls come in, because it won't be long. We'll be bringing those bulls in a few weeks time, and that makes sure we don't have any calves past May. So you have to take the bull out, and then they will live in the bull paddocks for the rest of the summer. They're plenty happy in there. They actually didn't want to come out last year, even when it was puddle wet. That white one went through the fence, or tried to. Silly sod. But yeah, some lovely rows here, some lovely grass. We want to get some small bale. These would be perfect in a small bale. It's yeah, nice quality, nice and soft, just ideal. We're just finishing up the day in Coles. Yeah, this is the back of Coles. I actually have not ever been in these fields, so, but there's a hell of a crop. Well, not hell of a crop, but there's a good crop out there. It's and it's lovely grass as well. This makes some beautiful hay. I'm guessing Cole usually makes silage out here or stuff like that for the cattle, but I think he's got enough silage, just like we have. So yeah, we're going to hay make it this time. So, and it'll make some beautiful hay. But it's 5 o'clock. We're going to run back soon and start giving. Well, we'll finish this, get this spread out, and then we'll drop the tether off, and then latch onto some trailers and start bringing back the hay that the guys have been doing this afternoon. They've had the big baler there as well, so there'll be some big bales to pick up, 4 stringers. We need plenty of those, and we need plenty of round ones, so we're going to have to start making some more round ones soon, just to make sure we got enough. But this stuff here, this is beautiful, this lovely hay, absolute perfect.